might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing today? Today is Wednesday, July 10th, 2024. We are almost halfway through July already. How could it be? How could it be? We are moving through so quickly. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Your car salute to you as well. Thank you so much for being here as always. So much appreciated. So, we are going to, what we're going to do. If you don't know who I am, I'm your host of the show, Tech Coach Ralph. We're Engineered to Win. Next week, I'll have some exciting things to show you. So, we are always innovating. We are always planning. Today, we have the CI/CD video premiering at noon. CI/CD made easy, continuous integration, continuous deployment. And you know what? I was just thinking about this morning. We're probably going to continue digging into some of these CI/CD softwares moving forward, going for next week and the week after for our Wednesday shows. But we're going to figure that out as we go along. But this morning, it is our Koffee and Kata. Hopefully you have your coffee and you are ready to code, ready to learn all that good stuff. So what I decided to do, right, because I was having some trouble figuring out how to navigate this mobile thing. So I said, you know what, we're gonna stop, right? We have to go back to our roots, go back to our principles of making it work and then making it better. So what my goal is going to be now for the next, couple of streams, maybe the next few streams, is let's just get a very basic Wear OS app on Android running, see what happens, and get something to work. Let's just follow a tutorial, follow a guide, get it up and running. And then once we actually get it up and running, we can see the code that's up and running. Now we can go and say, all right, now let's just make this a little standalone app of our own using our same formulas. And once we get that to work, then we can start integrating it with the app that we have already built. And then we can look into pushing it into the apps. All right, so that's my plan. That's my goals. But before we do any of that, do me a big, big favor. If you haven't done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time that we go live, and go to techcoachralph.dev, sign up for the Patreon today, where you can get access to exclusive content, Q&As, live streams, things like that, as well as sign up for one-on-one coaching where we can work together, help you level up. All right. With that being said, we are going to we're gonna get going. We're going to get going. All right. So let's get into our news for today. Let's see if this is working for us. All right, so there we have it. Our first article of today. Powell sees risk. Powell seeks. Oh my goodness, what am I doing this morning? Powell sees risks in high rates. So Fed Chair Jerome Powell has acknowledged that holding interest rates too high for too long could harm the economy. In semi-annual testimony, which will continue on Wednesday, today, Powell said inflation isn't the only risk to growth and that reducing policy restraints too late or too little could unduly weaken economic activity and employment. Let me start the clock as well. Presenting Congress with an economic vibe check, he noted that both price growth and labor markets are cooling, but said that more proof inflation is moving towards a 2% annual target was needed before rates could be lowered from their 23-year high. So far, no movement. The unemployment rate rose for a third straight month in June to 4.1%, even as the economy has added a robust 200,000 jobs per month on average this year. Numbers to be revised. As always, we have to wait for the revisions because they're going to give us a nice, pretty number, and then they're going to revise it. So keep that in mind. The bank is expected to hold rates where they have been for the past year at its next meeting on July 30th and 31st. So at the end of the month, interest rates are expected to be at exactly the same spot that they have been. So if you were hoping for a reduction in interest rates and inflation, sorry, not sorry. It's not happening yet, according to the Fed and the Fed chair, Jerome Powell. So just wait for it, all right? Just wait for it. Next up on our agenda for today, let's go. So next up, we have Etsy looks to fend off Temu and Shein. Good luck with that. So it says Etsy going back to the basics, just like we are. We're going back to our basics of making it work and then making it better. I'm not sure what the basics are for Etsy, but that's our basics over here. So it says that, center myself a little bit. All right. So it says that after finding itself inundated with mass-produced generic products, the site is taking action to highlight the handcrafted niche-wide offerings on which it built its reputation. Okay. Etsy hopes to set itself apart from the growing platforms such as Temu and Shein by, for example, showing how sellers created each product. Sellers also have to disclose whether they used AI in the design or production process. Essentially, CEO Josh Silverman says, we're dialing up the things that make Etsy, all right? So Etsy blew up during the pandemic thanks to mask sales, but its stock has lost 80%, yes, 80%, you heard me clearly, of its value since its late 2021 peak, and the company is now facing pressure from activist investor Elliott Management. So about that real quick, Greg, these kind of investments where they can get a boom during some type of crazy time or when things are going well, but then when things are going not so well, they're going to suffer. And for me, like putting my financial backing into a company where it is based on people to like individuals to be like creative and stuff like that and to do their part. It's for me, it's not always it's not a highly requested, or what's the word I'm looking for, but it's not something that's going to persist through hard times, especially when the interest rates are so high. And the Fed Chair Jerome Powell just said, we're not going to lower it. Sorry, but not sorry. Right. So it's hard for me to put my financial backing in that. So it says the stakes are huge for Etsy, CNBC says, since the global e-commerce market is expected to surpass $6 trillion this year per one market research firm. All right. So that's what is going on for Etsy. Etsy sounds like they're about to say,
I'm in a bind, Nate.
We're in a bind, Nate. Can you come and rescue Etsy? We shall find out. All right, we shall find out. All right. Lastly, we've got the families to fight the Boeing Department of Justice deal. And that's a deal where Boeing pled guilty to, what was it, like defraud the government or something like that. So the Boeing company as a whole, not any particular person, right? But let's read on, right? Families of Boeing 737 MAX passengers who died in crashes in 2018 and 2019 say they will fight the aerospace giant's plea deal with the Justice Department. As part of the settlement, Boeing is pleading guilty to a criminal charge of deceiving the government to get 737 MAX approvals before the crashes, which killed a total of 346 people. So it says that they deceived the government. So that means they lied on whatever paperwork possibly to get the 737 MAX approvals before the crashes. And here's a question. Is it for all 737 MAX approvals, or did they defraud or deceive the government to get approval for those two particular 737? I'm not sure, right? But let's keep going. It will also pay $234.6 million fine, invest $455 million in safety improvements, and agree to a corporate monitor. But some victims Some victims' relatives say Boeing is getting off too easy and they want a trial. I wonder though, this is to avoid criminal prosecution. Does that mean that the family members of these victims can't pursue a civil trial and still have a trial, and Boeing has to pay possibly billions and billions of dollars, or do they get nothing? I don't think that's the case, because I think you can always go after a company civilly, unless in this plea agreement they have some type of clause of not. So we'll see, right? Boeing has faced greater scrutiny after the mid-flight blowout of an Alaska Airlines MAX door panel in January. Following the plea deal, Boeing has been in talks with the Defense Department to maintain its government contracts, Fortune reports, citing anonymous sources. Its defense, space, and security businesses made up roughly 1/3 of its revenue last year. So another thing with that, right? If that be the case, why would the government want to stay in business with these defense contracts, with these government contracts with Boeing? Well, I think it's because once you get in bed with a company, it is so hard. Like, it's like this, right? Let's say you sign up for a SaaS service with a company, and you've been there for 3-4 years or whatever. Do you know how hard it is to de-integrate with that company? Because you're all in. You are all in. So I do think that one of the reasons that they would want to stay in is because it's going to be so hard to get that same quality, at least, of what you've been getting from this one company, and then having to go through a whole, it's going to be so expensive as well. So they might not want to try to stomach that, and that's why they're making this provision. So we'll see, right? Lastly, Boeing reported a 27% drop in commercial jet deliveries in June compared with last year, as it contends with production issues on top of its legal woes. So Boeing is down bad, but we shall see what goes on. Will their heart go on? All right. But that is our news for today. Thank you so much for joining us in our news. All right. So like I was saying, we are going to get into seeing how we can get this Flutter thing to just something to work, just something on Wear OS to just work. And then once we get that, then we can move on to our next step of getting it to integrate with our actual app. But for now, or not even getting, that's actually is going to be our step, right? Getting something to work on Wear OS. That's number one. Number two, we are going to say, okay, after we have something just working, then we're going to say, let's see if we can use some of the formulas that we created, so that we can have at least a standalone app of the time cost calculator. We're doing something, not the whole exact thing, but it's just going to say, let's say if we say this is the total amount we bring in, start the timer for something that I'm doing, it's counting up, and then it's saying, okay, this is how much you're spending it on this as well, so you can have it right on your watch. And then we can say, okay, can we combine the mobile app with the watch app so they can be a companion app, work together? That is my thoughts behind it. We shall see. But first, do me a favor, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time that we go live, and go to techcoachralph.dev. Sign up for the Patreon today, where we can win together. We can run it up. So much content in there that is designed to help you, like my resume, how I worked on my resume live, so you can see the updates that I'm making, all the things that I'm doing, and how I make it sound, attractive to recruiters, so that they can hit me up and we can go out there and get to the bag. All right. And you can sign up for one-on-one coaching with me, where I will help you. I'll be your cut man in your corner, all that good stuff, so we can win. All right. So let me move this over here. And we're going to put up before I put up a 20-minute timer. All right. Let's go and read this real quick. So I want to try to use this one over here to make sure that they're not going to cut me off. But no, that's a full thing. All right, so I have this article right here. A quick guide to Flutter Watch app development on Android Wear OS, right? So we have our emulator already downloaded and all that good stuff. I didn't have a chance to mess with the Apple stuff, but I said, we'll revisit the Apple stuff a little bit later. But let's see if we can at least get something working on Android, to say the least, then we can start. Let's start moving forward to see what we can do. Okay, so let's go. All right, so introduction. The emergence of smartwatches has initiated a new era in wearable technology, prompting developers to delve into the potential of craft. And we can start the timer now as well, all right? So let's go with a 20-minute timer. All right, so Let's see. All right. So prompting developers to delve into potential of crafting immersive experiences on these compact yet potent devices. Flutter, Google's UI toolkit, offers an efficient approach to developing watch applications that seamlessly operate on Android Wear OS. In this concise guide, we like concise, we will navigate through the Flutter Watch app development process, addressing its significance, providing a starting point, and guiding you on creating a basic test app. And that's what we want. We want a basic test app, something to start up, and then we'll make it better. Make it work, make it better. You know what? You know what? That should be a t-shirt. Well, I'll look at that. We will look into that, all right? All right, so why watch applications matter? Watch applications serve as an extension of mobile apps, providing users with quick access to essential information and functionalities directly on their wrist. Whether receiving, what about a pocket smartwatch? Anybody ever thought of that? Why don't we have because those pocket watches were pretty cool back in the days, when your grandpa had he'd reach into his pocket, pull out his pocket watch. How about a pocket smartwatch? That would be awesome. That would be amazing. All right, so whether receiving notifications, tracking fitness data, or accessing glanceable information, watch apps enhance user convenience and engagement. So explore what the Wear package is. There are two key widgets from the Wear package used for developing watch applications in Flutter. Watch shape. This widget helps you determine the shape of the watch the app is running on. It differentiates between round and square watch faces. This information is crucial for adapting your app's layouts and UI elements to fit the specific form factor of the watch. The watch shape widget itself doesn't render any visuals, but rather provides its shape information to other widgets within your app's widget. So the one thing I'm thinking about is, let me see if I can have some notes being taken, right? Let me see. Thought I had an app for that. Let me see. Maybe it's not on this computer. All right, let's do this. Let's go with stickies. Right. Let me move this over here. Go with new note. All right, so I'm going to say here, we can say, all right, we're going to take the watch shape. And we'll put so I'm just putting some notes of some things we can try, right? So we'll say get the watch shape, and we'll say print out if shape is round or square, right? So that way, like, we can get in the console that it's telling us that, because before we do have anything, it's going to tell us what type of shape it is, all right? So I gotta close this. All right, so let's see what else we got. This widget helps you. All right, so okay, we got that. Ambient mode. This widget acts as a builder that reacts to changes in the watch's operational mode. There are two main modes on a Wear OS device. Active mode. This is the standard mode where the watch face is fully functional and the screen is bright. Ambient mode. This is a low-powered mode designed to conserve battery life while displaying essential information on a dimmed screen. Ambient mode takes a builder function as its child. All right, so that means if we're thinking back to what we did, there's going to be a ambient mode where so it's like active mode, all the stuff that you want to show bright and highlighted, and the ambient mode when the phone like kind of times out. I mean, not the phone, when the watch like screen times out, what it's going to show in a low power mode. So you have one section that says active mode, do this. Ambient mode, do that. All right. Whenever the watch mode changes, the ambient widget automatically rebuilds the widget tree. This allows you to display different information or layouts based on the active mode for optimal user experience and battery efficiency. In essence, these two widgets work together to adapt the app's UI to watch to watch's shape using watch shape. Change the displayed information based on the watch's active or ambient mode using ambient mode. All right. This ensures your watch app delivers a consistent and user-friendly experience across different Wear OS devices and optimizes battery life. All right. So let's start the coding part. Below, we will create an app that displays, you know what? Give me one. I just remembered something. I shouldn't forget to do this, but let's do it now. Didn't pin the link to the top of the chat. Let's go over to here. Here. And here. I had all these things in the way. Hold on. There we go. Now, the links are pinned to the top of the chat. All right, cool. Just wanted to get that out of the way. So, all right, so let's start the coding part. Below, we will create an app that displays the weather in a given location using a free API for fetching weather data. So, all right, we're just gonna do it like this. We're gonna follow this guide step by step to get something to work, and then we shall create a new app, a new watch app, so that we can get it to work the way that we want. But let's get something to work, and then, as always, we shall make it better. All right. So let me close down this project over here. And I'm going to Flutter project. We're going to follow this step by step. All right. So I'm going to go to this screen. What's up? I got my guy in the building. We got me, Mysify, in the building. What's going on? Good morning to you. How are you doing? Are you on your 15-mile walk yet? Because that is so impressive. I am totally impressed by that. Like, by the way, me and myself, how long does it take you to go on those walks, those 10 to 12 mile walks, or 10 to 15 mile walks? How long does that take you generally to do that walk? I'm curious. I am very, very curious. But that is so awesome that you're doing that. All right. But let's continue along. Let's go to our 2-screen mode. I like this view. All right. We got our 2 screens up. We got a twofer going on here. All right, so let's go with Flutter, and we're going to say next, and we're going to say project name. We're just going to call it the same exact thing, My Weather App, and we're going to call that dev.techcoachralph, and we have application. We're going to give it the same exact description. This project aims to develop a weather app specifically designed for the Android Wear OS platform. Let's see if we can make this work and then make this better. Let's add that bad boy right here. That's it. Only go with, all right. We're only going to go with Android this time. All right, cool. We'll do that. No biggie. We'll only go with Android for the time being. And let's see. Is that everything? I think that's everything. Let's give that a create. Making it work and then making it better. That's our goal. All right. So we have that. The project went over here. Hold on. Wait 1 second. All right, there we go. There goes our project, all right? So let's see what else we got. So add the below plugins to the project. So let's see what is the, all right. So we're going to go into, what is that folder is called? It's called, I think it's the pub spec, right? pubspec.yaml, and we're going to go over to dependencies, and we're just going to drop in a over here, we're going to say where and I guess we'll start off with this 1.1.0. Oh no, actually you can't even do it like that because we have to actually do the. All right, we'll follow along. We'll follow along. Let's follow along. HTTP, and then we're gonna say a 0.13.5. And there's probably like newer packages for that too, you know. Let's see. Let's go Flutter where dependencies, just to see what the latest dependencies are. Minimum. Okay, fine, whatever. Let's see if it is that. All right, so, and we do have an error here because it probably doesn't have the dependencies installed. Invalid child element in block mapping. What does that mean? Let's see. Where. Let me move this down a little bit. Let's go to, let's put it right under here. All right, well, we'll figure that out as we continue. All right, so next up, and MySafai said that doing okay. It takes about 4.5 hours on average for 12 miles. And about 6 hours for 15 miles, depending on which one I feel like doing. I'm doing well. It keeps raining, so I might give it a shot. Oh my goodness. If it's raining up there, it's going to be tough. But if you're able to do it, more power to you. More power to you. But 4.5 hours to 6 hours, ooh, that is a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Like, your mind is really committed to doing that, because that is amazing. I don't think that I would be able to take those. I don't think my mind can handle straight 6 hours of walking, and you do that every single day. Shout out to MySafai on that. All right, and oh my goodness, and your car is here. Your car says what's going on, and we have Roxy in the building. The lovely Roxy says, "Good morning, Ralph." Your car and the chat. Good morning to you as well, Roxy, in this bright and early morning. So, and we're just your car, I'm making it work. I'm trying to get this basic Wear OS app to start running, making it work, and then we're going to make it better. But, we're just trying to figure this out. We're trying to get it in, all right? So, and MySafai says, I don't want to miss any days this month. That'll be super awesome. Roxy says she did 6.1 miles yesterday. Were you walking, Roxy, or were you jogging? Let's see. All right, cool. All right, so we're here and set in the Android app build.gradle file. This file right here. They said that they want us to set the minimum SDK versions of 23 and above. But I know that very soon, because I know I got a notification on the other app that we're gonna need to upgrade that as well. But for the time being, I don't even have this in here. Let me see. I might have the wrong one open. All right, so let's close this one. Let's go to this one, and we go to default config. Where are you, default config? All right, right here. And it says set the minimum SDK version to 23 and above. So minimum SDK version, we're gonna set that up to. It's gonna go to. Minimum, let's go to 24. I guess we can go to 24. Well, no, I'm going to put it on 34 because I know Google's saying that you have to upgrade to the minimum. So let's go to 34, or you have to upgrade to the latest, right? So for 34, and then version code to 1. I'm going to leave this as it for now. Leave that as is for now because we probably want to manage this through Flutter and not have it manually put in there, right? So for now, we'll leave it as is, right? So add the internet permission in the Android manifest file. So let's go to Android manifest. That would be in the app source main. Android manifest. And I'm just going to go to full screen over here. And we're going to say, copy these two over here. And one thing I learned when I was doing this for the time cost calculator is that it actually matters where you drop this in here. So we're going to, this has to go inside of, let me see if I go in here. See that, let's leave that here for now, right? What else do we got? What else do we got? So next up, if we go back over here, create and start your Wear OS emulator from an Android Studio. All right, so from Android Studio. So now we're going to have to find our Wear OS app. So let's see, Wear OS, or where's our device manager, and we're gonna say this might take a second, but let's give it a start. All right, so we're over. So I have it starting on the other screen. So let's give it a check. Let's keep reading. So we're gonna start that up, and then there we go. That was pretty quick. It's already started. All right, so it started. All right, so let's keep reading. Complete the code for basic weather app. All right. So there is one issue though. The where. So let's see. What is it? Let me see. Flutter install dependency. Let me see. Oh, so they're at 1.1. 2 years ago. That's a long time ago. All right. So what is the what? You must set min SDK to 23. All right, we'll probably change that then. Let me see. Where is the installing? So Flutter pub add where. That's what I was looking for. Right. So let's go over here, and we're gonna do. And you guys see the little emulator running over here. So Flutter pub add where. Pub spec. Expected colon. Oh. So let's do that. Okay, let's see. Flutter pub add HTTP. That one's probably already installed. All right, cool. That's already installed. Cool. Perfect. Okay. There we have it. So now if we go over to our, I'm just going to change this for 23 just to be on the safe side for the inside of here, because we're just going to follow exactly what the guide is saying for now, just so we can get it to work, right? So next up, it says, if we go over to our guide over here, complete the basic code, right? So we're going to go into our main Dart, and we're going to say, I'm just going to copy and paste all these libraries that we're going to be importing. I'm just going to drop this right here. And let's see, replace your key with location. So let's go to, I'm going to copy these variables right here. And then we'll update these cities afterwards. Or we can put it in right now. Let's say Fort Lauderdale. Let's go with Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Let's go with, let's go with Los Angeles. How do you spell Los Angeles? And we'll go with Detroit, Michigan. All right, so we have a little bit of time left before we wrap it up. So we have this. All right, so I have that updated. Let's go with all right. So now we have let's do the split screen just so you can see what I'm looking at as well. Follow along. So we'll go with here. And we have run constant main app. We have that part, the main application of the widget. Let's see. If we were to copy this part, what do I want to copy? Let's just copy the whole thing right here. So this is basically saying, run the app, main app, which is that, run this class, and then it's saying override that, and then the title is going to be weather app, theme, color scheme, deep purple, use material 3, and the title is going to be what's the weather for today. All right, so let's drop that in there. Actually, we don't need that. We need this part right here. And if we take that part right here, paste that. All right. And we keep going down. All right, so widget from the main screen of the application. Another class is going to be my homepage, extends stateful widget. And let me see. And then this one is, so it's going to say final string title, create my homepage state, and then down here it has the watch state, the watch shape that we spoke about. We got Mitch in the building with the yo. What's going on, Mitch? How are you doing this morning? We're about to wrap it up very soon, but I said let's try to push it. What we're doing is instead of being on the struggle bus, on the short bus, trying to figure out how to do this, how to go in depth with this watch app for the Wear OS or for the Watch OS. I'm like, let's just get something to work. And I'm following this guide for this weather app, get that to work. And then once we feel confident in that, then we can start to integrate with our app with the information that we want. So the motto, make it work, make it better, in full effect right here, right now, right? So there goes the watch shape that they were talking about, safe area. And then we have all the stuff is going to show, but then there should be an ambient mode as well somewhere over here where to get the weather data from. I didn't see the ambient mode though. Let's see, watch shape. There should be an active mode in there somewhere. Let's do a quick search. Active mode, or maybe it's going to be active mode or not. I don't see the active mode. Weird. I thought I would have seen active mode in there, but okay, it's all good. So let's go and let's take, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. I don't think well, let's just humor me here. Let's just say, run this real quick. Let's see what we get just by running that, because I don't want to do too much and then we run it and then we have a bunch of failure. Let's run something before we head out for the day, see what we can get, and go from there, all right? Let's go back to this full screen over here. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to get started. While that's happening, I'm going to continue copying some code over. We got this, we got that. Let's copy this class. And if we paste that right here, we have that. And let's see, over here. We got Rod Brown in the building as well. Good morning to you, Rod Brown. How are you doing? About to wrap it up in just a second, but we're just we're playing around with this watch app, making it work and then making it better. We'll see what we can do. Rod Brown in the building as always. Shout out to you guys. All right, so we got an error over here, right? Let's see what this error says. So the following dependencies do not satisfy the version. Let's see what went wrong. Android Gradle plugin supports only Kotlin Gradle plugins version 1.5.20 and higher. The following dependencies do not satisfy. Oh, that sucks. So is there a newer where plugin then? Let me see. Let's do some research real quick before we have 4 minutes left. So let's do some research real quick. I'm guessing this tutorial might be pretty old then. Let me see. Let's go to the top. This was written back in. No, this is new. This is new. That's awkward. This was February 27th. So why did that not work? Huh. All right. Let's find out. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna search for the error. Let's see what this error tells us. Fix project is not built due to Kotlin Gradle. Right. The plugin has not been up to date in a while. I moved to a different Android API and internalized a native implementation. Well, that doesn't really help us. All right, what else you got? Solution right here. Let's see what the solution is. The Android only supports Kotlin for where. All right, so all right, we got that. We got that solution. If this error is caused directly by your project, then go to android.build and change the following line to 1.5.10 to 1.7.10 or any latest. So let's try that. Let's see. If we go over to here, and it should be in the Android build.gradle file. And we should be looking for, is it this one? Should be this one actually, Android build.gradle. And is it this one? Hold on. Android build.gradle and change the following line. I don't see this line. Let me see. I don't see that line. Let's see. Where did they say they saw this line? All right, so that's not the solution. So the second solution is, if this error is caused by any plugin used in your project, as mentioned, the error here we got the issue on where, because the where plugin is using Kotlin Gradle lower than. It's now time to upgrade the Kotlin version to this plugin. You might get this issue on another plugin as well. Go to pub.dev. So it's possible that we need a newer where plugin, I'm guessing, because they're saying to manually upgrade this thing over here. So let's see, Flutter where plugin. Let's see. We need a newer one. Let's see. Let's see. We just have to find the latest one, and then, but yeah, so far so good. So we're on a roll here. Probably pick this up on either Monday or Wednesday, because By Monday, our app should be ready for the Google Play Store. So we'll. Well, they have spoken. It's time for us to wrap it up. But yeah, so we just have to get the right upgraded plugin, and then we should be able to continue with this tutorial. It's interesting how this was written back in February of this year, but this thing is outdated, so we'll figure it out. No big deal. We will continue to move forward with all that. But as we head out, let me just check the chat real quick and say goodbye to all of my friends. So let's see. Your car said, "What's the error?" It's not that there was necessarily an error. It's just trying to figure out how to integrate it. Not being familiar with the watch, like functionality for either Apple and for Android, and just trying to jump into it. So getting something to work now, and now we run into this error. This is going to be pretty easy to fix. Move on from that. So just our step-by-step approach, making it work, making it better every step of the way. How do we eat an elephant? And Roxy says to your car, ask your car, how was that half a mile? We want to know, your car, how was that half a mile? All right. And let's see what else we got. And we got Mitch. All right, we got it right. So Rod Brown says, doing good. Was up early doing some video editing. Gotta start early. That's what I'm talking about. You know how we roll. All right. But with that being said, we're gonna wrap it up. I am going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Do me a favor if you haven't done so already. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Go and sign up for the Patreon, techcoachralph.dev. And we are engineered to win here. Nothing but winning all day, all night long. With that being said, thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Remember, we have CI/CD pipeline made easy, premiering at noon Eastern time today. See you guys over there. See you guys on the Millionaire Morning Show. See you guys throughout the week. With that being said, this is Tech Coach Ralph. In the morning, we are out.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts. Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again. Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.